Hello everybody, my name is Hope and welcome back to my channel. I like musicals, they're a big part of my life and I am back from my hiatus. I think I've been away for about a month, but I'm back now. There was a lot of reasons why I wasn't uploading videos, but I'm back now and I feel like that's all that matters. So today we're going to be talking about why movie musical adaptations need to stop. Just before we get into this video, remember that you can like my videos if you like them and you can subscribe down below, because it turns out that like 90% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and I get that you might not like me. A lot of people don't. However, if you're watching my videos, you're sending me mixed signals, and I'm not forcing you to. I'm just saying that's a bit of a depressing statistic. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I love Beetlejuice and Mean Girls as much as the next person, but I'm noticing there's becoming this growing problem in more ways than one. So first of all, original musicals are becoming extinct. And you know, with original musicals being like the staple and origin of musical theatre, we get to a point where all the musicals start kind of feeling the same and all sort of kind of just merge into one. There are a lot of unoriginal musicals, aka musicals taken from like film or TV, or just like random stories that just kind of needlessly exist and are already quickly forgotten about because they just don't hold enough weight for us to care about them. For example, Only Fools and Horses the musical, Fat Friends the musical, Bridget Jones's Diary the musical, pretty much every single movie musical I mentioned in my horror musicals video. Yes, Human Centipede is in there, no I can't tell you why it exists, and would like to proceed pretending like it doesn't. And you know, I'm not saying these musicals are bad, they're not all bad, but there are just so many random adaptations of random stories that just kind of fade away into existence, never to be seen again, because no one just cares about them enough. They're not well known enough for us to care about. Okay, my second point is that original musicals nowadays aren't really given as much of a chance. Like, I feel like the most prominent example is The Prom, which closed very preemptively on Broadway in comparison to the rest of the shows at the time. And this isn't because The Prom was a bad show, like it wasn't. It was pretty damn good. Like, they made a movie out of it, but to be fair, I don't think nowadays that means much. But anyway, because audiences are familiar with these adapted stories, not including Hamilton because that's kind of in a world of its own, just people go and see like these well-known musicals and adaptations of things that have been around forever and don't really give these great original musicals a chance. So they just kind of get left behind in the dust, which is really sad. And you know, I just think if you look now at what shows on Broadway and the West End and these big places are doing for musical theatre, they're all adaptations. Like, I feel like the only original musical that's been given like attention recently is A Strange Loop, and I feel like that's only in the musical theatre community. Like, in the wider like non-musical based community, that's just like not a thing. And you know, a lot of musicals have become mainstream, not only like within like media like TV and all the other kinds of media that I've just completely forgotten, but also like on social media. All the songs from Six, if you were on TikTok in like 2019, 2020, all the Six songs were on there. Meant to Be Yours is now trending from Heathers. You know, there's so many musicals that just made their way to mainstream, particularly older ones, but even new ones. Heathers has had its moment, it's still having its moment. I'm not mad about it. But then you have stuff like Be More Chill. Hamilton's an obvious one. Hamilton's been massively popular like ever since it came out. And also other ones that have had films, you know, In the Heights, that also trending on TikTok. I think social media is a very big help nowadays as to how to market your show. Obviously it has to be good, but like social media helps. But just like when it comes to new theatre, it's really, really hard for it to just kind of get any recognition. And you know, am I saying I don't want Mean Girls West End? Nah, I'd quite like to do Mean Girls West End, you know? I probably won't, but a girl can dream, right? And you know, I would quite like Mean Girls West End, you know? I'm not against adaptations in any way. I think adaptations are great. Like, they're thriving, they're doing their own thing, and that's amazing. But I just wish there was like more new theatre coming about because it has so much potential. I mean, I think particularly in the UK, because the UK just doesn't really seem to like new theatre, I've noticed. You could prove me wrong, but it's a lot of like the same shows, and like new stuff is really hard to come about. I mean, I know Six came about, but it took a while, and obviously Hadestown started in the UK. But you have to think that it was one of those shows which actually just took forever to like become well known. Like, it's really well known now, but when it came out in the UK, it was like a short run. No one really cared about it. Well, obviously people cared about it because it got bigger, but you understand what I mean. Like, it just wasn't as big until it became popular and then everyone wanted it, you know? So I just think that original musicals need more attention because they have so much potential, and in reality that's what's gonna keep musical theatre going. These new ideas, these new musicals are what is the foundation of musical theatre and what will continue to drive it forward and really develop it throughout the years. And I'm not really sure what else to say. Like, you know, I'm not against adaptations. I think I've said that 1,000 times, but I just want to make it clear. Like, some of my favourite musicals are adaptations. Like, Heathers is an adaptation, Billy Elliot's an adaptation. I mean, Come From Away's a kind of adaptation. That one's a bit complicated. But, like, my top 2 favourite musicals are Heathers, which is an adaptation, and Company, which is not an adaptation. And, you know, I love both. I think they're both great. But, I mean, sorry Heathers, but I adore Company. I think Company is a masterpiece of theatre that isn't for everyone, and that's okay, but it is very much for me. But yeah, I love both. I love both adaptations. Heathers will always be one of my favourite shows. Still a dream show. Veronica Sawyer is a dream role, but I would gladly play anyone in that show. I understand I'm just self-promoting right now, but it's still in the same vein of what I'm talking about. But just essentially, give original musicals a chance. Listen to them. Give them a shot, because I think you'd be surprised about how much you'll like them. Just because they're not popular doesn't mean they're bad. And that applies to so many things. But I think that's all I have to say. I feel like I've just rambled and rambled. I started off with a really planned idea of what I was going to say, and then I just started going on a tangent and losing it. So what can you do? But remember that you can like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you feel like it. If you don't feel like it, then you don't have to. But, you know, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That is my desire. That is what I need, what I want. I still can't quite believe that 1,000 people, well, it's not 1,000 people, but almost 1,000 people watch my videos, even though I don't get the views for it. Well, that's, again, besides the point. But yeah, just kind of, hopefully you enjoy these videos. Feel free to comment down below. I do see every comment. I don't reply to every comment for various reasons. The main one is I can't be bothered. But thank you so much for watching my video. Remember, be part of the cool club, be part of the subscribed club. Keep enjoying musicals as much as me, and I will see you in the next one.